Underdog Daily with the badge bro today. Just John. Nez is out moving and stuff. Originally was just going to do behind the paywall, was going to do for the membies only, but today's too big a day, man. Opening night of Puck. I'm just excited about it. I wanted to come on, talk it up a little bit here for everybody. Yeah, I know some of you people might just be trickling in here because we're deciding to run an hour early. I'm on the clock right now as we speak, finishing up some of these Puck drafts. Puck is filling at a rapid rate right now. We got some postseason baseball to catch up on. But first things first, last night, winner of the football slate, Johnny Footballs, living up to his name. We've joked about it. We've called him Johnny Basketballs in the past because he has been known to get home in the basketball streets. But big shout out to our guy Johnny Footballs here, always hanging out in the Discord and the Twitterverse with us there. Big 10K score and a 2,500, 2,250 there for fifth place. So much love there. And then in the baseball streets, got to give some love out here. We got tagged by Big Ass Ryan there. Falco always doing his thing there. And then friend of the show, guest of the show yesterday, Best Ball Viper, bringing the vibes for everybody on the show yesterday, and then following through in the MLB streets. So let's hopefully we can follow suit today, walk in his footsteps there. Great to see. Awesome stuff. Well done by the community. Just come on here and hype it up every single time. Yeah, GMs. I'm out of the puck lobbies now. I'm out. Hands up. Jump Free talking about a very interesting dynamic that's been going on over and over again here. A back and forth on who the tendy is going to be for Boston tonight. We will discuss that a little bit in the puck stuff here. I wanted to bring up look at these fill rates right now. I'm a little zoomed in here, but look at these fill rates. Like, we got these 4-person drafts. We got the 3K. It is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we're almost at 80% for the puck ones here. And then the baseball contest tonight, all 4 of the MLB postseason series right now are tied 1-1 there, and we're almost at 60% for the baseball there. I mean, truly sick. Love to see it. This is full-fledged multi-sport draft league season right now. Let's start. I was gonna start with the baseball because it starts sooner, but I think we got to start with the puck just because look at how fast this damn thing's filling. Like, we're gonna have to really do like rapid fire to even get in it together on the stream here. I'll bring up the rankings and we'll just talk through it in this vein here. 3-game slate. The Utah Hockey Club with their inaugural first game ever in Utah there, aka the former Arizona Coyotes, aka the former Winnipeg Jets. They're doing their thing. This is a very interesting slate because short game puck, man. Ownership on our site will always consolidate, but it is an absolute must, just like in the baseball on short slates, to scroll the F down, man. Because if you get a 2-1 game in the first one, then you get a 2-0 game, and then the last game, the underdog team that's projected for 2.5 goals goes for 5 goals and breaks the slate with their third line. You're going to want some exposure to that sort of stuff. So get comfortable being uncomfortable in the puck streets here and start scrolling. I think Pasta is just like the 101 with a bullet. Like, you just that is what it is right there. Then I'm doing Kachuk next there, though. This game environment for goals does not look as good to me and the Bro Science puck model as some of these other ones on the slate. But we'll get there. Yeah, but just like for those who haven't done NHL dailies, for those who were doing the Best Puck Classic with us and now are finding their way to the dailies, like, we made a deal about tendies and goaltenders. Sorry, we made a deal about the tendies in the season-long format because we're trying to buy volume, right? We're trying to buy tons of starts. We're trying to buy volume. In daily, I don't want to say it's inherently random, the goaltenders, but they don't necessarily matter to the same accord. If one guy gets a shutout tonight and breaks the slate, he so be it. But to project who that would be is very, very tough to do. So getting densely exploitative at the goaltender position is not a theory in which I subscribe to on most slates there. I'm a push goalie as far as you can, kind of the way we push quarterback in the primetime Palooza slates, kind of in the same vein as we push starting pitching in some of the baseball slates there. So, when you get in these rooms, allow other people to take the tendies, right? Yes, I'm kind of in lockstep with this. It does feel a little bit Ingram night here. But yeah, we'll talk about this. The first one on the slate here is Korpisalo or Swayman. And I want to bring it to everybody's attention that the projection has flip-flopped multiple times now. For the most part, they weren't both being drafted in the same draft unless you were in a draft with me. I was trying to be a little cheeky with some sixth round Korpisalo and stuff like that. But yeah, it sounds like after the morning skate stuff that it will be Korpisalo tonight. Korpisalo started as the highest projected tendy. Then he was going completely undrafted, and Swayman flipped him. And then now we're back to Korpisalo being the highest projected tendy again. It's weird because you kind of set yourself up for a spot where, okay, it's a fade at projection. Now it's a screaming buy. Now it's a fade at projection. Yeah, so very, very interesting wrinkle and dynamic to the slate that likely probably won't matter, to be honest, if we're being entirely truthful. But it's just funny how that happened. Evergreen reminder, DJ Mitchell out here doing the Lord's work, retweeting all the lineups as they come through. So he's always ahead of the news here. Make sure you guys are following DJ Mitchell. Turn on those notifications. You can see that, I got the little, we got to give it a little refresh because I know I got those noties on with the check mark. Yeah, there you go. Come on now. Yeah, and he'll be, retweeting some of these lineups right now. Like, here you go. Like he's already on to one little wrinkle with Utah here when they're talking through power play 2 and whatever. Like he's all over it. And hockey's a correlation sport, right? Like you want to pair some of those lineups together, right? Like we want to be pairing, PP2 together or power play 1 that also plays together in regular time, right? We want to be pairing these lines together to encapsulate the value of the assists or the value of the power play points on our site, right? So, keeping up to date, especially early in the season here, there's some interesting stuff going on. Like here, I'll bring it to everybody's attention. Like the Blues, for instance. Last year, one of their best things going was the fact that Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou played together over and over and over again. Well, by the sounds of it, they're not going to play together tonight. So now, will that change throughout the game? Potentially that could change throughout the game based on matchups, based if they're trailing, if things aren't clicking, like that sort of deal. But like, just be wary and aware of these kind of situations where it's like, okay, yeah, we were pairing these guys together all last year. Now all of a sudden, well, maybe I got to get some Jake Neighbors in here because Neighbors is going to be playing with Thomas tonight. And then we can be like, okay, that's the 5-on-5 line, but will they still see power play time together? So, just constantly be checking the beat stuff. DJ does a great job of retweeting it all there. You can also use, Daily Face Off. It takes a little bit longer to update, but Daily Face Off is doing its thing there. And then Puck Luck as well there. And the Morning Skate Pod, Moods and DJ Mitchell, who we had on for the season long stuff. If you guys are going deep in the weeds here, they talk about Redacted a little bit more than Underdog these days, but we can still soak some of that value, right? Soak some of that thought there. Yeah. So for me, it's been kind of like this. It's been like Pasta and Kachuk, and then I've been scrolling down, man. I'm Connor Bedard pilled. I know Ingram looks like a good spot as a tenny tonight. It looks like Chicago. This game just feels like a little less. I don't have this is like a bro science thing. The Chicago Utah feels like a little more up tempo, a little more wide open, a little shittier in terms of like structure than like Boston, Florida, for instance. Yeah. Anyways, just this is where I'm at right now. And then I think the common thing that's happening in a lot of these rooms is people start pairing the Florida line mates together. So basically, this whole first line is kind of a chunk, this next one, and the person at the 104 starts pairing, some combination of Florida together. So this is the slap you in the face chalk, and then people start scrolling and doing whatever with it. Yeah, and we can talk through, some of the scrolls and stuff. I'm seeing some good meta in the chat right now that, some people are talking about. Um uh where was GA here? GA, oh, he's talking about redacted, but like Utah 3, like I've built out Utah line 3 there. We can look at daily face off just to add a little visual cue to see what that kind of looks like there, because I think it's a pretty good shout if you think the Utah Hockey Club is going to play out tonight. Yeah, this is a little different than what I was doing. Utah 3 on it was more like this, like Logan Cooley plus Gunther. Like this one is what I've been doing. And then, you mix the um yeah, Dersey in here instead of doing Shurachev, whatever. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of like a way to get like cute with it. Um Yeah, that's kind of like the macro lay of the land. If you guys look at like some of the puck lines and some of the totals and stuff like that, they will tell you kind of like the same thing, that they think this Florida Boston will probably be like the best hockey game, but it's like it might not be the most fantasy friendly. So, kind of riding the inverse of what the projections are on the site right now feels kind of smart to me. That's where I'm at. But yeah, get funky with it. Get funky with it. Like, GA's alluding to, pairing this line together. I will bring up, let's do it on the redacted site just for 1 second here, just because it's conceptually easier to visualize. Um, whether these are right or wrong, cross reference with the stuff you're seeing from the beat reporters on Twitter there. But just the ability to pair like line one with PP1 is just so strong. That's why all the Panthers guys go early, because we get rewarded for those power play points, and you want that correlation. But in that same vein, we look over here, and the Kraken, their line one is also PP1, and they're barely getting drafted. Jared McCann, former 40 goal scorer, was at morning skate today. He has a Q tag on the site, maybe another little piece of leverage to that. Matty Beniers, former rookie of the year. You can say what you want about him. I know DJ and some of these hockey bros aren't as in on him. Actually, I think it was Matt Moody who's a little out on him. There, like they think he kind of was like over his skis there. But if you want to get funky with this, like Montour has a higher projection on our site than Vince Dunn does. Yet Vince Dunn is going to be like PP1. Now, a lot more goes into that projection, block shots, even strength time on ice. If he's going to be PK1 and in front of the net and racking up hits and block shots, like that sort of deal. But like, get funky with it, man. Like I've done a Bjorkstrand and Shane Wright team so far. Like Shane Wright was awesome in the AHL, was a former top prospect, former top 5 pick, question mark. He was definitely top 10. Former captain of World Junior Team Canada. Or, flip the narrative. I see a lot of naked Kachuk, or I see a lot of Kachuk paired with Sam Bennett. I haven't seen anyone pair it with Evan Rodriguez. Like Evan Rodriguez, decent shooter, decent scorer. I mean, not at the same rates as like other players on the slate. But if you want that funky contrarian lever to pull with the Kachuk teams that Kachuk goes every single time, just go ahead and tack him on there, right? So there's some very, very interesting stuff to do here. The one we alluded to earlier, like the Kyrou one, always being paired with Thomas in the past. Well, they're still going to have some PP1 overlap, but like, what if we just take Jake Neighbors and pair him with Thomas there, or Bjornchek? How do I say this guy's name? Panevich. Almost. Oh man, I know how to say it too. I'll get it back. I'll get the puck guy stuff back here. Nez has to be here to correct me on my pronunciations there. Yeah, but like Justin Folk, like nobody scrolling for him. Oh, Boost Nevich, there we go, got it. Puck guys are back, man. Puck guys, full puck segment is back, boys. We are back. um, uh, yeah, and another one like Bedard goes every single draft, and sometimes people pair him with like Seth Jones or something like that. I think a lot of people are anticipating Tyler Bertuzzi to be on that first line. He's not for whatever reason. They're going to go with Mikheyev, who they did that experiment in Vancouver. I've watched it recently. Talented player, but he's a train wreck, and it he might be able to get home, but he's not going to be getting any of the power play time. Pair Teravainen with him. Like do Bedard plus Teravainen. Like not enough people are getting to that one. And then here as GA alluded to, the Utah Hockey Club has one of the higher projected implied goal totals on the slate here, and just go ahead and pair that third line together that nobody's getting to, but everybody's favorite sleeper in the best puck was Gunther, right? So go ahead and pair him with Cooley, have a little fun in that regard. Yeah, this Hayden pick here is looking a little dicey. I haven't seen anybody taking him or pairing him, but just based on what DJ Mitchell was saying, he is going to be PP1 tonight. So if you want to go ahead and do Utah 1, they're going like heavily undrafted there. Yeah, that's kind of like the macro of like what I've been doing in the puck stuff, guys. I haven't clicked Brad Marchand's name yet. I mean, like he can definitely get home. He's a good hockey player. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't clicked it, to be honest. It just feels like I'm trying to get a little cheekier with some other ones of these scrolls here. Yeah, some of the guys I was mentioning, like obviously, like we liked them there. Florida, very interesting nugget. Like we kind of all expected Forsling. He had a nice postseason last year, nice playoff run down the stretch. He scored a really nice goal in game 5 or 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals there. Yeah, but like I'm not sure he's going to be PP1 tonight, So a little bit of sneaky leverage to get off that with the Florida stuff, and then get to it's got a Q in the middle. Bo Quest, but it's like Adam Boy Quest. We'll go with Boy Quest. What does that sound like there? Yeah. Anyways, he's in line to be PP1 tonight for Florida. So when everybody else is clicking Ekblad and Forsling and this sort of stuff, go ahead and scroll down and get there. So, these things aren't written in stone. Boak Vist. Got it. All right. Puck guys learning on the fly, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, and then we'll hop in here, rip a couple of them just so people can get a feel, see what's up with it. We've done quite a few. I think maybe 20 now. We roll the 101 here. We're gonna take pasta. Just pasta is pasta. Actually started that face-off show last night on Amazon. Just to get jacked up for the playoffs. Watched just over half of the first episode there, and yeah, I mean, I wish there was a little more puck. I wish there was a little more mic'd up on the bench, but it's cool to see the guys like routines and daily life. It'll really get you into puck. I mean, it'll never be as good as like the HBO shows back in the day that were like the road to the Winter Classic there, but the Amazon show, yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, no alluding to fact there. It is pretty fun. I was really enjoying the tail end of that. I watched that instead of the end of the football game there. So yeah, it's just it'll get you jacked up for some puck season and a little peek behind the scenes of what their lives are like, because Pasta and William Nylander are the first episode, and I actually didn't know the story. I knew they were friends, but I didn't know the backstory on them being like childhood friends and that sort of thing. So very cool stuff. It's kind of just a one tier below all the Hard Knocks stuff in terms of, production value and that sort of stuff. Um, Sad times. Yeah, yeah, man. Dude, it's hard to be on top of all these sports and know these guys. And to be fair, I didn't watch much preseason puck that wasn't the Nuckies. So like tonight will be like my first like reintroduction of learning the names when I watch the games and I listen and I'm like, okay, now I'm back. Yeah, you expect it from Nez. You don't expect it from me, but I'm not as smart as Nez, so there's that. Um uh Buchnevish. Buchnevish. Yeah, are we gonna get a toe drag Tuesday too? Yeah, man. I At this rate, shoot, I don't see how we don't. Interesting start over here. Bobrovsky going with no Florida pieces. Keller goes. Yeah, this is kind of like a little bit of the chalk start here. We'll see what Chris does. Probably pair some of those Florida pieces together. If he doesn't, I think it's super chalky. Yeah, he takes Verhage there, so we'll give him Reinhardt and let him do his thing, and we'll start scrolling here. Um, let's do some of that Utah stuff. Let's take Gunther and let's take Ingram. I know we don't have to take Tendy this early necessarily, but like let's put a flag in the ground here for Ingram and be like, yo, we're gonna play this Utah game a little bit. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world on a short slate because anything can happen with 1,600 entries on a short slate to negatively correlate against your own goalie. But you don't do it in an onslaught variety. I think the only way in which it could work is if you take Bedard and you do it like against Ingram and you take like a high rate shooter and put him against who you think 10D1 on the night's going to be. Like, I feel like that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good point from Josh Daniels there, Dosh Daniels. That it is an early slate tonight. Both the baseball and the hockey are early slates. Only 3 hours till start time. Lindholm goes there. Yeah, I'm not looking to really stack pasta, anyways. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and we'll go to Utah here. We will take. We'll take Logan Cooley. We'll put that together. I mean, dude could be a stud. Dude's a scorer. PP2 together. I think there is an interesting distinction when you're talking PP1 and PP2 for certain teams. Like, not all teams run their power play like, I don't know, what's a good example? Edmonton or Washington back in the day where they just leave. Okay. Sergachev? Let's take Sergachev. Let's take Sergachev here. I think he's going to be PP2 D-man. Do we think? PP1 or PP2? These guys aren't going to play on the power play together, so it's a little like this is Utah 3 or Utah 2, depending on who you ask. But like they probably won't play on the power play together. So pairing the defenseman who just plays more ice time probably seems optimal. Yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit of bro science there. Yeah, Sergachev's gonna be PP1. All right. 40% Keller. I had a good Keller story for you guys from back in the day. Yeah, here's the other one. Decord, Chris taking Joey Decord. Him or Grubauer tonight for Seattle. I think it's going to be Decord, but yeah, the site has Grubauer projected higher. So might be a little lever to pull there that you get a little ownership discount if his projection. So if you get an out tag on Grubauer and his projection comes in lower than Mrazek, like could be a little something there. You get a little leverage lever. You could pair Pavel Zacha as like line one together, probably going to play together. Or we could just find ourselves to scroll the F down one off. Let's find ourselves a one-off. Let's take Bjorkstrand. That was our 18th. 18th? 19th. 18th. Let's get one more of those in. Oh, we got a new contest. There you go. So there's your double entry, your $25. Toe drag is 88% full. So let's try and get one or two more of those in on the fly here. Oh, here you go. John saying shout out to Noah. Didn't know a thing about hockey and then jumped in some best ball drafts based on your tweets. That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about. Getting comfortable in multiple sports here. Like the names are different, but correlation patterns and thought process, once you kind of know like the baseline barrier to entry knowledge, like you can fake it till you make it in these sports, right? Just ask Chip, man. That's a low blow. My bad, Chipsy. Appreciate Joey joining up to be a member. Hopefully you joined up because you love the streams and you love hanging out and not just to watch this one today, because I did open it up to everyone because definitely wanted to expose the people to the puck. You know, I want to grow these games, man. I want to grow these games regardless of sport. Connor Bedard goes second in this one. That one breaks my heart because we were trying to do some funky Bedard stuff from the 2-hole here. I think Kachuk here. I think it's like kind of just like a top 3 that you should kind of stick with. It's, it's not fun. Interested to see what All Day Ray does here because we know he is a very talented player on the site and a very talented puck bro. Looks like he's going to go Florida 1/Florida PP1 there with the Reinhardt and Barkov dealings. Let's do Keller. Who said, was it Noah who said he had 40% Keller? I don't have enough Keller if Noah has 40% Keller. So let's do Keller and then we can tell our Keller stories. Happy Puck Day, courtesy of Noah, gifting out 5 Badge Bros memberships to the community. Much love to you, bro. Beyond generous. Much appreciated. Yeah, we will mix in as much puck as we possibly can. I love it out here in the streets. There we go. We see Chris jumping on a little bit of the Utah stuff there. Unfortunate that he takes one of our stacking partners in Nick Schultz. So that's kind of unfortunate there. We might have to get a little creative here. We could do like Sam Bennett and Evan Rodriguez on here. Okay. Let's do Ingram. I think Ingram's 91. Is that crazy? I think Chicago might just be dysfunctional and bad outside of like Bedard, Seth Jones. Yeah. Okay, give me the meta on this one. He got the Cheds. Keller got the Cheds. He's captain now. If we are gonna do Utah, all right, let's do Sam Bennett. Chisel something in. The guy who couldn't do a pull up back in the day, and now he's nails. He chisels in some dusty ass garbage goal. Let's use Keller as a one off then, because I want to do it with Schultz, and then I wanted to do it. I don't want to do Sergachev again. Yeah, just announced. There we go. Wow. Clayton Keller, the Chads, baby. Respect. Oh, so Clayton Keller, we're in. All right. Terravine in there for the scroll alongside Bedard. I think that's good. But let's do this. No's telling us that Vince Dunn, PP1, is to scroll the F down. Let's do this. Let's build out Vince Dunn and let's pair him with Jared McCann on PP1. The Q tag maybe scares some people off. So we got Florida 2 with one piece of the power play in Kachuk. We got one off Keller, just the guy you need for Utah. Correlates with our Tendy a little bit. Not really. That's kind of just anecdotal in Ingram there. And then we do PP1, Jared McCann, Vince Dunn. Who says no? That's a fun team. That's cromulent. That's borderline sharp. Mrazek might be a little bit of leverage there because not a lot of people are clicking him. 6 tendies to choose from. Only 4 teams take tendies. Anytime goal. We can't say the L word around here, GA. We can't say the L word. But yeah. Okay, so Keller. We go to the game one night in Arizona. We go to the Scottsdale bar area. Scottsdale bar area is like shaped in a U, like this kind of thing. Then there's like the main drag. Anyways, you kind of go around and people take golf carts around or whatever. This car comes in. It's like a black SUV with like Arizona plates on it. And it just says Keller 9 on the plates. And this guy, I guess he just has like a driver or whatever. And the driver just goes in. It goes right into the bars, and there's like medians that block it off because it's a no drive-through road in this U. So everybody gets dropped off over here other than the golf course. This guy just lifts the fucking median thing, drives this Keller mobile right in there, right to the front of the bar, and just boom. Let's Clayton Keller right out, right in front of the bar. I'm staring at Keller this way, like this, right? My buddy taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, look that way. And I go, what do you mean? Like, I'm checking out, like, Keller's right beside us. He goes, look who that is right there to the left. And like 5 feet away from me on my left-hand side is fucking Eddie Lacy. I'll never forget that one. That was I'll never forget that sequence of events. I was enamored after just going to the game. I was like, oh, Clayton Keller. Yeah, cool, man. And then Eddie Lacy's just chilling right beside me. Oh, there you go. Mark Zorner's an Arizona guy. Love to see it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Next time I'm down. Absolutely. Love me some Scottsdale. Used to come down, did spring training a handful of times. Did a couple stags down there. Did some golf trips. Yeah, I love it. Love it down there. Oh. Dude, you know what? I will say, Blake, that Eddie Lacy, like, for all the fat jokes he got in his life, I mean, he was fucking shredded. He was shredded. He was big boy. I was just looking the other way though. Hey, there it is. Drew, #1 fan. He's back. He is back to beat a member. Drew, we've converted him. Oh, for those who don't remember, Drew came in here dropping some meta about us not knowing ball, and then he's never left. He has never left. He's been a member since, and he has never left because we come across like we don't know ball, and then you just start seeing what happens on the dog app, and then people start paying attention. Oh man, it's so good. Gonna do a little once over of DJ's page here one last time just to make sure he hasn't pushed any more stuff our way. Yamamoto not playing tonight. There was a little speculation that Yamamoto might do a little something. Had a good preseason there, and might sneak onto a power play unit or something. But that's not happening. DJ Mitchell has a pick'em entry for us. I will make this pick first. Let's take Connor Bedard. We've done the Kachuk thing. We've done, Connor McNips, baby. Let's get him. Our whole best ball portfolio rides on it. Why shouldn't tonight as well? Okay, here. I'm going to jump over here. Montour, Gunther, Kurashev. Don't know him. Honestly, I have no idea. And Gordy. All right. Let's ride. You know what? I was told there was a boost. Can we apply this boost? We can apply the boost up to 100. We're in. Let's do it. Okay. I will share that with the people in 1 second. We're going back. All right. Shoot. Let's do Keller. All right. The Keller Cheds narrative is in play. Thank you for the meta from the chat. This is a game environment play. Keller and Bedard trading bangos back and forth. All right. Here we go. Copy this bad boy. Share that in the chat. There you guys go. That's from DJ Mitchell. The renowned puck guy around here. Man, Chris takes Schultz again. We keep losing out on our stack partner. Teravainen. There we go. Do the Connor Bedard, Teravainen line thing. Who knows? They might switch that up. Tyler Bertuzzi might wind up being the guy on that line. But, we'll start with this. Play a little bit of game environment here. And I think maybe we could do a 2-piece from the other one there. Interesting. No Bo Sox. Still doing the Robert Thomas plus Jordan Kyrou thing. Even though they're not projected to play together. Maybe just a power play correlation thing. Maybe he puts Justin Falk on the back end of that team. Kind of puts power play line together. Or maybe he's just not up to date with the news because he's not hanging out. Who knows? Ingram feels bad on this team. Okay, let's do Seth Jones. Play the Chicago stuff. I think we're going to use Keller as a one-off again. Just because I don't love the stacking stuff once you lose Nick Schultz. We could do Hayton. That's actually not a terrible idea because a lot of people probably won't be doing it. All right. We'll do Binnington as our tendy then. Play a goalie from the other game environment. We're going dense correlation on the Chicago-Utah late night hammer here. Yeah. All right. No Bo Sox saying here we go. He's got the PP. There he goes. He does add Justin Falk to it. So that's pretty sharp. Well, hat tip to him. We like what he's doing out here. He's got Bobrovsky. There we go. Yeah, we're getting all the leverage here with the scroll downs. That's what we're about. We go where nobody else wants to go. Barrett. What a sick name. Might name my firstborn Barrett after reading that. How can you not be tough as fuck if your name's Barrett? Are you kidding me? Go in the corner. I want no part. I'm going full speed in the corner. I want no part of a guy named Barrett. No part of him. Absolutely none. Zero. Guy's going to lay my ass out. There we go. All right. We're going to call it there on the toe drag stuff. We got 20 in thus far. Hopefully it holds on long enough after the show for me to get a couple more in. But I will definitely get my bottle rockets in. And we got a brand new toe drag too. There you go, you sickos. The sickos on Puck Night are filling multiple contests. Much love to you guys. 93% over there already. 900 more entrants on this other one. Love it. Absolutely love it. Mad respect. Oh. I deserve this. I haven't seen a corner in years. Not wrong. Hash marks down? No chance. No chance. Far side stretch? Absolutely. Far side stretch? Absolutely. Um, Big shout out again to our guy Noah for gifting out 5 membies, man. Much love. Man, much love. All right. Let's do the baseball one. We'll do baseball one here. Only a 2-game slate as well there. As I alluded to, every matchup in the postseason is now square at 1-1 in the best of 5 series there. Let's check in with underdog MLB. Hold on one second. Just make sure we haven't got any new lineups since starting the stream. And we have. All right, here we go. Mets going up against Nola, so they're facing a righty. So probably what to be expected. Same lineup as we've been going with. More or less, Vientos up in the 2 holes since the play-in series or the first series there. So Vientos, obviously, we've talked about how strong his pop is. So yeah, love him up there. Iglesias, man, like he's just doing so much. I guess they can't keep him down. They can't hold him down. But if you want outfield on this slate, outfield is extremely shallow, and the vast majority of it right now is coming from the Mets. Winker, Marte, Taylor, Nimmo. We just got the Phillies lineup. I really hope Austin Hayes is in it. Lefty killer. There he is. Definitely a pinch hit risk with Brandon Marsh on the bench. He will most likely take over for Austin Hayes unless Austin Hayes goes like 2 for 2 or something like that at some point in time. But yeah, Austin Hayes, nice little piece of leverage, lefty killer. So going up against Sean Mania, we need outfield options, man, because Schwarber and Castellanos were the only 2 getting drafted here before. Now we can go ahead and mix in Austin Hayes, Rojas, that sort of deal. Because when I pull up the platform again here, you guys will see that outside of the first 2 picks in Ohtani and Fernando Tatis Jr., who is on absolute fuego, that series is getting absolutely heated. If you saw some of the Manny Machado back and forth stuff, just some good old Battle of the Bay area kind of stuff there. Really bringing you back to Dodgers Giants of years past is now Padres Dodgers. But yeah, this is very interesting because you basically have these 2 options, and then it's all of a sudden, okay, what are we doing with Jackson Morrell? Do we believe in it? Absolutely. But does he really deserve to be ahead of Schwarber, lefty? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. But like, if you do some of this stuff early and you negate pitching, it's kind of hard because you end up with Walker Buehler going against your own stack. So just like the puck stuff that we talked about, we don't want to stack against our own offense, especially if we're building some like onslaughty type stuff. So like if you need scroll outfielders, all the scroll outfielders play for the Mets. They're all here, or we just got the Philly ones added there, right? Because we may or may not get David Peralta. He homered 2 days ago. Maybe that's enough to keep him in the lineup there as a lefty versus righty tonight. We'll get Teo for sure, but it's righty versus the best pitcher on the slate, in my opinion. I think King's the best play on the slate from a pitching standpoint. That might be a watered down Dodgers lineup too if Freddie Freeman can't go tonight. He's been really laboring and playing through some pain. He got lifted from last game. His ankle is all sorts of messed up, and he's getting that shit shot up for every single game. So, yeah, it's a very interesting slate. Don't be afraid to stack or build out stacks when you don't get the top end pieces. Like, we don't need Fernando Tatis Jr. Will it project better if he's in your stack? Absolutely. We don't need him to stack Padres. I mean, these are 2 games. This is a 2-game slate, right? If one offense goes nuke on and everyone else falls flat on their face, well, you're just going to need that one isolated offense. Or if we just have like a bunch of 3-2 games, we're going to need some isolated home runs all over the place, right? So a lot of our building principles from like the 6 to 8 to 10 game slates that we play in the regular season do not transfer as strongly on these short slates, right? Because, how do we deem if this is a slate that we're looking for one-offs, or if we're looking for 3-1-1s, or if we're looking for 2-3s. Yeah, and historically speaking, with some of the data that we have seen, some of the onslaughty stuff actually ends up playing better in these short slate ones, and they're not as fun to build, and it's not as fun to think through when you do that sort of thing. But the nature of it is, if we just take this at face value, here's the 4 pitchers for tonight. The highest implied run total is going to come for the Padres. If we just did like Nola in the first tier, we think he's SP1 or whatever. You just do Nola and then you stack five Padres or whatever. Well, that's going to project well, right? Now, is that the combination in which we need? That's another conversation to have. So I don't know, just some of these evergreen principles to walk through and talk through this evening. I think Walker Buehler's kind of getting a raw deal here. I mean, the implied run total against him is only like, depends where you look, but it's only like 4-ish, that sort of thing. Like Walker Buehler used to be a big time pitcher, right? I know the Padres are going good right now. Here, there's your implied run totals. This is how close this slate is. That's how close playoff baseball is. You could easily see like 8 combined hits in the first ball game and 11 combined hits in the second game, and you need a little bit of both, or you could see, one isolated pitcher get shelled. So you have to build out these scenarios in your head, and just tell a story with each of your isolated lineups, very much like a showdown style slate there. Yeah, definitely pinch hit risk in Hayes. What are the other ones I got to hit on? Oh, Xander Bogaerts has this nagging hamstring thing. He homered in the last inning of last game. Maybe it was in the 8th inning of last game. And then there was some coach speak stuff here. Tell me if you guys can hear this or not.
How he's doing today after last night?
We're pretty optimistic. There was just a little bit of dehydration, and he's going to be just fine. There's nothing that we feel like is going to be anything that's going to compromise him, but we'll find out more today after he gets treatment, but we're optimistic.
All right. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Nobody really said in the chat. Can hear it? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So basically they just said they're optimistic. It was some dehydration stuff. It's just coach speak stuff, like just straight from the horse's mouth, that it doesn't sound like they're overly concerned. So if you want a little bit of leverage in going to the Q tag, I think it's probably smart. Xander's been going nice in recent memory. He doesn't have the handedness advantage here, but he has been killing the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium the last 2 games. So, I mean, you're going to have to get funky with it. You're going to have to scroll. Why not scroll to someone who we know is talented, right? And hopefully the field stays off of because of the Q tag there. If I'm going to rank the pitchers on the slate, as I alluded to, like this is like ADP adjusted in my mind. Like I will take Nola. Nola at home is just he built different. Nola at home is an absolute dog, absolutely, like in the postseason. But Mets lineup, man, I like the Mets lineup like I actually like the Mets lineup, but yeah, it's postseason. It's one isolated game, but Nola's a dog. I will take him first, but then I will take Michael King adjusted here. Weather is about the same in both parks right now. Obviously, Dodger Stadium, better place to hit than Philadelphia without the weather, that sort of deal. But they're both about 70 degrees. First pitch doesn't look like anything. Maybe a little potential late rain. Kevin Roth triple condom on the Phillies stuff, but it'll be fine. Yeah. Anyways, I'm doing the King thing. I will take Austin Hayes. I know he's a pinch hit risk, but I'll take him as a lefty killer versus Sean Mania, just as like a scroll the F down spot that I don't think enough people will get to. Probably use him as part of stacks, not just as a one-off, but sometimes you get boxed out in some of these rooms. All combos on the table today. That's for sure. All combos on the table today, with the exception of maybe Ohtani Tatis. That might be like the only thing that can't be obtained and or would be thrown out. But it's very, very rare that things in baseball get tossed. So just be aware when you guys are building things out here. We got a $5 winner takes all. That's fun. How many entries in that one? 3 max for that one. So that's a very fun structure. That's the the chip check at a lower price point there. Frozen Rope, 5 entries, smaller field, $25. Triple play, you get $3 ones. And then, as I alluded to, this $10 one filling at a rapid pace right now. I've only got 2 entries in thus far, but we're almost 70% in the main. Let's hop in the main and see how these rooms shake out. Okay, so I saw this story too. Shout out to Rocket Sauce who took down one of the single entry contests over the weekend on Underdog there, the football stuff. Bueller got robbed of a 100K watch. He was wearing a 100K watch at the horse track with his girl, and he got it ripped off his wrist. Apparently, was the story floating around this morning. The other story that was floating around this morning that I saw in The Athletic was shit talking the Padres for like being like hooligans and disrespectful to baseball and like all this stuff. I can't believe they published it, man. Fuck these old heads, man. Honest to God, fuck these old heads in these baseball circles, man. Like Bob Costas, all the respect in the world for his career, and he's been a phenomenal broadcaster for years on end. He cannot be in the booth for these playoff games. Like paint dry last night. You have Bobby Witt Jr., Bobby Baseball, one of the most exciting players in all of baseball, make a diving double play last night. Sal hit a home run, and he's monotone. It's so brutal, man. Yes, the old head baseball writers, like this sport needs to get young again, man. Like I'm so thankful that Underdog did the damn thing and added like baseball is dead and added like this youth movement of baseball here, like Dallas Braden, who's in the booth for the A's and stuff like that. Him and Kravis, like they're so fun for baseball, right? They inject so much energy into the way they talk about it and stuff like that. It's kind of like the next evolution of baseball media, and like that's the movement that I want to support and like be a part of. Like, and they're technically sound too. Like they're analytically sound. Like sure, when Kravis came on the show, like we had to tell him who Mason Miller was, and we taught him all about Mason Miller. But let's be real here, man. Like these guys like Jay Hay, like they're so sharp with some of the nugs and back end data that they pull that like they're baseball sickos as well, right? Those are the guys I want to support moving forward, not these old heads who want to, you have to show 3 inches of sock and you got to shave your beard if you want to play on my team. Fuck you. That's not what baseball's about. Let the kids play, man. Have some fun. I think we got to take Michael King here. I know. Okay, this is an interesting debate right now. Because like the guy that I would want to take is Machado, right? Like I'd want to go ahead and stack this up. I guess we could take Lindor and leave ourselves an out and just be like, Chris is not going to stack against himself. Let's take Lindor, give ourselves an out at not stacking against ourselves. I think if it wasn't Chris in the one hole, I'm not sure I would trust the player to do this. But knowing that Nola's already gone there, I don't think he's going to stack against himself with King. So we can kind of trust one another and push the pitcher back and forth and end up with like late round King, and he's just going to take Bueller because he's doing the Dodgers thing. But who knows? Maybe he'll do Ohtani as a one-off and then he'll build out on his own accord. Yeah. All right. He's auto drafting and fuck me. So we gave Chris way too much credit there, and now we can't build San Diego because we're going to negatively correlate against ourselves in Walker Bueller. But like, yeah. Anyways, that's one of the pitfalls of knowing or not knowing if a guy is auto drafting or not, because he just has ranks in there, and yeah, it's kind of lame, but all good. We will find our way to doing some Mets stuff here, and maybe we'll do a 3-man Mets and then a contrarian one-off, and we'll use Fernando Tatis Jr. as the one-off and Walker Bueller as the one-off, because we're not going to take Morel and stack against ourselves. We're not going to play the chalk here by just taking like Schwarber and Harper, Schwarber and whoever. So like, because we'll just be aping into already owned correlation patterns. So like, let's take Vientos, put Vientos and Lindor together. He went Oppo Taco last time out. So yeah. Rocket Sauce asking how you take Sean Mania over King. It's a great question, but the projections on the site have it set up that way. Dodgers might be slightly watered down tonight too, so we shall see. One Nimmo goes there. He would have been the easiest stack partner with the Mets stuff here. I think we want to scroll a little bit more than that, but you could do the Alonso thing here because people are scared. I've noticed this, like, just evergreen reminder in playing these games, that like people are scared to like pair 3 infield and then get left with the outfield spot as like the dead and fill their flex before the outfield spot in these 4-person lobbies. So go ahead and like just stack your infield up and just know that we're going to have a contrarian one-off outfielder in this build and just accept it, kind of thing. Because like the combination of like Lindor, Alonso, Nimmo, or Lindor, Vientos, Nimmo is going to be way more owned than Lindor, Vientos, Alonso, just because of how much easier one is to build than the other one. So if you want to make your 3-man slightly more contrarian, just make it all infield or all outfield for that matter. Yeah. Oh. Corinne jumping in, misses you guys. Man, we're still here. We're still here. We didn't go anywhere. You went somewhere, my man. Where'd you go? Yeah, you'll be back for hoops season. I don't have a good feel on hoops yet, man. I don't have a good feel for the hoop stuff. We've only done 2 shows on it thus far. We will get more dialed with that with the daily stuff. So I don't have a season long take for the hoop stuff for you just yet. Yeah. So outfield's interesting. We could play like the Teoscar, like one-off home run from Teo, or we could do the scroll the F down stuff as I alluded to, or we could do the full onslaught of the Mets and do this as like a 4-1 with Bueller. It would be like rarer than the other 4-man onslaughts because we didn't use Nimmo and because we'll be negatively correlated with Tatis versus Bueller. So it'll have like a little more leverage, but like the 4-man onslaughts are just like setting up to be duped. Let's take Austin Hayes. He gets 2 at-bats versus the lefty. Hopefully he does enough damage to stay in there. Bona fide lefty killer. They kept him on the roster for a reason. He had a back injury for a little bit there. And, he didn't play. And then they're like, well, why was he even on the roster kind of deal? And, he's in there for this reason because the Mets have a bunch of left-handed starters. Well, they have 3, but they have 3 left-handed starters, and he's going to start against them. And he is not Barry Bonds, not Kerry Bonds style good versus righties, but like that level. But he's up there, man. He's up there versus lefties. Him and Austin Slater are the real ones for outfield options versus lefties. Harrison Bader to a lesser extent too. Let's rip another one of those ones. See if we can fall into a little bit different pattern than that one. For the most part, I won't change up my strategy. I'll change it up a little bit. Don't get me wrong. In the 3,000 entrance versus the $25 entry one, you just switch it up because you don't need to hit the nuts. It's not a necessity to hit the nuts in a 200-person contest versus like this 3,000 person one. You're effectively like if there's 2 home runs on the slate, you have to have both, right? So where they come from. So strategy differs ever so slightly in those ones. Dense correlation plays a little bit better in the smaller field stuff there. So if you're playing like the winner take all and that sort of stuff, the 4-mans and 5-mans play like a little bit better. But yeah, man, there's no dead ass science to it. All right, let me go here. We got like 150 of us hanging out, pretty good for a non football show there. Start a puck tonight, a little bit of postseason baseball. We got a pick'em entry that is in the chat there, courtesy of our guy DJ Mitchell for the puck slate tonight. I'll drop it again there, but do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, notification, tell your friends. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a really fun show. I think we're gonna do it in this time slot again. I think we're gonna start an hour early for this one as well. Just because the baseball slate starts early and I want to hit it. It's the last 4-game MLB slate for the year. A 4-gamer cannot occur after this. So let's go ahead and take Mookie Betts. You know what? I kind of want to do the King thing. Let's do King. The strikeout ceiling of King is just like so effing high for breaking a slate. I know it's one of the toughest matchups, or probably the toughest matchup. It's definitely not the toughest strikeout matchup. The toughest strikeout matchup is San Diego. San Diego just not strike out. And a lot of that is backed on the fact with like Luis Arias leading off. But let's get Michael King's ceiling in this lineup. Start it off there. Maybe do a little contrarian San Diego thing. Do like a Machado Cronenworth and then build out like, Mets or a couple one-offs. Let's see how this turns out. Let's do Machado. Let's play the angry Machado narrative. Just a dude that's fueled by rage, I hope. Dude, Machado's a big boy, man. If I was Flaherty, I know Flaherty's a big guy, but like Machado's big, dude. I have a picture like standing beside Manny Machado on the field at Safeco there, or T-Mobile rather, when the Dodgers came up and we went for BP or whatever. Dude is huge. Like he's a big boy. I would not want to be like threatening to fight Manny Machado. Like, dude's a unit. There's just guys where it's like you look at the measurables and stuff and you're like, nah, that guy's bigger than that. Like Manny's that kind of guy. Like he's 6'3", 220, according to Baseball Reference. I mean, that's probably right. That's really big. But like, dude is fucking big. He's nails. He's gonna be fueled by all this back and forth rivalry stuff, the tossing the ball in the dugout, the talking shit back and forth with Flaherty last game. Yeah, I think we take Jackson Morrell here if he comes back, and then we do like a 3-man San Diego, fill one of those outfielder spots. Let's take Morrell, and then let's probably take either the Q tag or scroll a little bit further for like Cronenworth or, yeah. Interesting to see what they do lineup wise today with the Peralta decision. Like, do you do Peralta, the catcher, Kyle Higashioka? Like, if you go with him, I think those are like kind of like the only things we kind of have to like worry about or pinpoint. Let's go with Vientos here. I just like Vientos in a vacuum. Like, we've comped him like as like the rich man's Michael Toglia, where he's just like, when he hits the ball, he hits it with authority and he hits it for extra bases, and that's the shit you need on these slates is isolated power, right? A little less important on just a 2-gamer with low implied run totals, but that being said, like, Vientos is just, you want some of that pop. You want some of that pop, especially hitting up in the order, and we know we won't get pinch hit for. Like, just locking yourself in for like 3.8 ABs versus like someone at the bottom of the lineup who's like locked in for like 3.1 or whatever. Like that fraction of difference matters the shorter the slate. Now, it doesn't matter if a team just rolls the lineup over 3 times and does what the Padres did on the previous slate 2 nights ago, where they end up scoring whatever it was, 10 runs. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the only like lineup questions. The Freeman one, obviously, like I think he'll try and give it a go, but who knows? If you want to go to like the Tommy Edman route, like Tommy Edman's been like quote unquote hot in quotations, or at least he was. Gets on base, gives you a little steal upside. He's stolen 2 bases. They're just like those little wrinkles that are separators on these kind of slates. Let's do a one-off. Let's do Nick Castellanos as a one-off. Alec Boehm's going to be back in the middle of that lineup today for whatever reason. He sat last time. Let's do Nick Castellanos as a one-off because he's a guy that I feel the field never uses as a one-off. They always think of him as like the last man in stacking partner with the Philadelphia stuff. If you use, Castellanos as a one-off, and he's the only home run, it's a little bit of leverage there because the vast majority of people doing Philadelphia stuff, like Schwarber and Harper will go every single draft, and they'll usually go together as like a stack. Or then, you get caught with your pants down, like, oh my God, I need a back stack. And you just like quickly do like Bohm plus Castellanos or something like that, right? So let's pull a little like uniqueness lever there by just going one off Castellanos and one off Vientos, because those are two guys who I view will be stacked like a lot more than they're used as one offs. Like they will almost always be part of stacks. And like those stacking lineups will definitely like project better, but like not when San Diego's the piece you need. And now we take San Diego, and it's contrarian San Diego. We got two lefties, so we get the handedness matchup for Cronenworth and Morel there. We get Manny Machado, who's got that fight, got that dog in him right now, and it's not paired with Tatis. So yeah, it projects worse because it's not paired with Tatis, but it's paired with King, which gives us a little win correlation there, and it gives us a little uniqueness lever because the majority of people building San Diego will want to, and to a lesser extent, rightfully so, pair it with Fernando Tatis Jr. So yeah. Yeah, there's a fun one there. That was a fun one. Good little team there. Yeah, feels like a good spot to tie bow on it. This looks like it's almost full. I'm going to put that one in. Oh, we got one last puck draft. All right, we'll stay for one last puck draft. I just saw that one closing. And I was like, yo, we got to get this one in right quick. I was just going to do it on my phone, but yeah. Rocket Sauce saying like Castellanos versus a lefty. Yep, for sure. Definitely a better spot there. Speaking of Numi, damn it, Numi. I went into my little tirade there about what we're going to do tomorrow. Nez isn't here because they're doing some moving stuff today, but tomorrow we're going to go this earlier time slot, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, just for feasibility sake to get the four game MLB slate in as well. So we're going to do a loaded show tomorrow. We got three things. We got the return of Numi 2. Numi's going to join us tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to talk through some of the changes, some of the contest changes on the site, some of the stuff they've been thinking through in terms of contest structure, get some feedback, make it like an interactive discussion with the chat there. That'll be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. We roll the 1-0-1 in the last puck draft here. We're going to take David Pasternak, aka Pasta. We're going to do that. So we got Numi tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun. We just haven't seen him in a while, so we want to catch up as well. So, it's kind of sad not doing the show always together like that. So we'll do Numi and phrasing, and then we will do the MLB slate. We will do the postseason 4-gamer there, last 4-gamer of the season that I alluded to. I think the lock is like 2:30 my time, so like 5 p.m. Eastern, something like that. So hopefully get it out a little early. Maybe it's even earlier than that. Let me. I'll just confirm for everyone while I'm looking. Lock for the MLB slate tomorrow is 12:08 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 3:08 Eastern. So we will start the show at 1 p.m. We will start the show at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and we will do baseball first. We will do the Numi chat, baseball, and then the definitive Battle Royale and Dog Bowl preview. So it'll be a loaded show tomorrow. It'll be like a 2-hour kind of endeavor there. Clay asking if we like the Corpus Salo special. I will take a look at it in a second. I will share with you, Clay, the one that we already built alongside our guy, DJ Mitchell. I will share that one in the chat for you there. Matt Moody goes ahead, takes Bedard, Reinhardt at the end there. I think we finally have to do it. I know it's tempting to want to take like Verhaeghe here. I think we got to finally do this. We got to do the Clayton Keller getting the Cheds narrative. He's got the C on his chest. He's feeling all nice. He's got to show the team in Utah, this is why we're here. This is why we belong. This is why I'm the Cheds. So we're going with the Keller one, and we haven't been able to pair it with his line mate Schultz yet. So let's go ahead, add that one in there. PP1, line one together. Good start to this one. You will notice that 110 has already gone, Sir Bag Chaser, and it's Connor Ingram. The people are drinking the Kool-Aid of the projection models that Connor Ingram is 10-1 of the night there. So yeah. Yeah, Clay, this one, the King 3.5 strikeouts feels so nutted. If you want to add one of the specials here, let me take a look. Yeah, 22 is that's a decent number. Yeah, let's add the King one to the DJ Mitchell pick, and then let's run it again with the King one in there. I like the King one better than the Corpusalo one. I think I'll end up using both anyways. But like the Corpusalo one doesn't feel like a free square. The King one feels like a free square. Now, with an asterisk, you're not supposed to say that, but yeah. I mean, it's not a free square, but it feels safer of the two. Yeah. DJ Hayes scored. Gord scored 5 minutes into the game. That's funny. Puck season, Lou Dog. Yeah, buddy. Damn right. Game of skillfully picked square. Damn right. Damn right, Jeffrey. Damn right. Gunner's still out here. I kind of want to do something. All right. Dersey, come on down. We're mixing PP1 with PP2 defensemen. We're getting crazy out here. That might just be a bad idea, but we're getting crazy out here. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, let's do Corpusalo. And then we'll stack up line 1 for Boston without Lindholm. Let's do that. Let's do that. It's not the greatest team in the world. That wasn't the sharpest decision making. But we had fun in the process. Pasta, Keller, Schultz, Dersey, Corpusalo. Yeah. How about a Shane Wright one-off to feel something, to feel alive? Fucking right. You know what, Meatwad? Fucking right. I was staring when I was doing the Utah stuff. I was staring at Montour plus Wright or Montour plus Benier. And then I was like, panic, Utah. Let's feel something. Look at this scroll. Sir Bag Chaser with the geeky scroll. Morgan Geeky with Brad Marchand. With a one-off defenseman. And one-off center. Let's scroll. Fun story about Shane Wright. Puck Guy. PD Puck. A.K.A. Peter Overzad. PD Puck. Shane Wright to feel alive. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, that was fun. Thank you. Felt the tingle in my loins. PD Puck, aka Peter Underzed. He went to a boys trip last weekend, like Palm Desert in that area, and he went to check out the AHL affiliate team they got like a box or something, and there was like 12 dudes in the box, and he's like, what should we bet on this night and stuff? And his buddies are straight degenerating up and got like an AHL line made for them on like an offshore or something like that, so that they could bet Shane Wright goals in an AHL game. I can't remember what the team's called. They're like the Firebirds or something like that, but they're the newest AHL affiliate, and they are Seattle's AHL affiliate. So Shane Wright, absolute dude. He got home for them that night too, but he's been having a time in the A, and he was a really high prospect. So hopefully make some magic happen tonight. Guys, enjoy Puck Drop tonight. I'm really excited for it. There we go. Yeah. Coachella Valley Firebirds. Yeah, there you go. Coachella Valley. Thank you, Matt. There you go. Curated dropping by saying best of luck tonight. Get the puck money. Damn right, guys. Best of luck to all the puck guys. Shout out again to Noah for dropping all those memberships to the community. Thank Noah if you became a member. Shout out to Joey for becoming a member before the show. Tomorrow, definitive preview, new me, and 4-game MLB slate. Going to be an absolute loaded show tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. But first things first, postseason baseball tonight. 2 beautiful games. Revenge game for Manny Machado. One hopes. Keep filling those lobbies. There's great variety in contest there. And then best of luck in the puck streets. We got this Bottle Rocket double entry up there. I will be filling the last 2 of those ones, and I will definitely be getting a couple more in the Toe Drag Tuesday. So best of luck to everyone hanging out there. And play along at home with that one that DJ Mitchell dropped in the chat there. And my guy Asset telling us to hit the like. Yes, please do so. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Notifications. If you happen to be hanging out in the Twitterverse, come over to the YouTube side. Please and thank you. It goes a long, long way for us, and would love to keep coming back, keep doing this thing, and love to be invited out to keep doing things underdog adjacent. So the more support we garner, the more likely that stuff can occur there. Appreciate the love, Meatwad. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. instead of 2. 1 p.m. tomorrow for the definitive preview. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace. Good luck tonight.